how many women do you meet in life? Some are mere passers-by whose names you don't even remember, but there are some women whose one smile, one look, one word remains alive in your heart even after years. Why? Because they gave you a feeling no one else has. Now imagine if you, too, could make a woman feel so special that she could marry someone else, have children, but in the silence of the night, when she's alone, your image would be the first thing that comes to her mind. This is true power, and this is the dark art that Machiavelli understood centuries ago. Today, I will share this secret, how to make a woman remember you forever. Even if you're gone from her life, you will never fade from her memories. If you're ready, let's embark on this dark journey. First, understand who women remember. The man who sits with them every day, laughing and chatting, or the man who deeply hurt them or aroused their deepest desire. Listen, memories are always created by those who move both your heart and mind. Think about how many people you remember in your life. You may have met thousands, but you remember only a few, because everyone else was just ordinary. Memories aren't made of ordinary things, they are made of shocks. Sometimes from pain, sometimes from desire. That's why, if you want a woman to never forget you, you have to create an emotional shock within her that will remain alive in her memories forever. The human mind is both very clever and very deceptive. It remembers only what moves the heart and gradually erases everything else. Think about it. Do you remember who smiled and said hello to you last month? Maybe not, but you definitely remember the first person who betrayed you. Why? Because betrayal deeply hurt your heart, and the mind always stores that hurt. Now apply this to women. No woman remembers a man who only treated her well. Good treatment is just a normal experience. It can happen thousands of times, and each time the mind erases it. But the memory of a man who made her experience something that stirs both her heart and mind never fades. Now, let me tell you a little story. There was a boy who gave his girlfriend flowers every day. He cooked for her. He brought her gifts. He celebrated her birthday every year. The girl was happy. But after a few years, the relationship broke up. Now the question is, does she remember all those flowers, all those gifts? No, because it was all normal memory. Now listen, brother. These are the real weapons with which you can make a place in any woman's memory. Game of guessing, the power of mystery. Women get bored easily. If you tell her everything, reveal every secret, she will have nothing left to think about you. Remember, brother, the human mind lives where there are unsolved puzzles. If she looks at you and wonders, what does this man really want? Why is he so calm when everyone else is restless? What is hidden in his gaze? So you become an unfinished story in her mind. And people never forget unfinished stories. Consider a simple example. You go to a party. Everyone else is laughing and talking, but you're just sitting quietly, with a half smile. If you don't speak much, women will wonder what kind of man is this? Why is he so different? This curiosity buries you deep in her memories. The power of absence. Brother, absence has more power than presence. When you're always present, your value diminishes. But the moment you disappear, your memory increases. Imagine you talk to a woman every day. Gradually, your chats and calls will become normal for her. She will consider you predictable. But if you suddenly disappear, no calls, no messages, she'll start to feel uneasy. What happened to him? Where did he go? Is he drifting away now? Her thoughts will return to you again and again, and this is the memory that deepens. Machiavelli says always maintain a distance that people cling to you for fear of losing you. It means sometimes stepping back is what makes you immortal. The roller coaster of emotions. Brother, a woman's heart is not attached to happy moments only because many people can give her happiness, but the man who made her feel deeply, sometimes made her laugh, sometimes made her cry, sometimes took her to the sky, sometimes brought her down to the ground, is the one she remembers. Memories are always made of contrast. If you become only good times, then you will remain a pleasing memory. But if you gave her conflict as well, it means love and fear, comfort and anxiety. So, brother, you will become a turmoil in her heart. Imagine a girl falling in love with two boys. The first boy is always nice, always saying yes. The second sometimes makes her laugh, sometimes annoys her, sometimes pulls away. Who will be more deeply imprinted in her memory? Always the second, because he is the one who stirred her heart in every direction. That's the power of the roller coaster. You don't just show her one color, but the whole rainbow. But brother, remember, this game isn't easy. It's a sharp sword. If you wield it correctly, you will become immortal in a woman's life. But if you wield it incorrectly, you can also become immortal in her hatred. And hatred is as powerful a memory as desire. Brother, this raises a big question. Is it right to play all these games? Is this manipulation, friendship? Think about it. If you leave such a deep impression on a woman's heart, are you using her, or are you becoming a part of her memories? This is the difference between an ordinary man and a Machiavellian man. An ordinary man thinks that if he's good, people will remember him. But the truth is, people forget goodness. but they never forget the person who moved them to their core. So the decision is yours. Will you be just another face or a memory that never fades? A woman will always remember you if you gave her a feeling no one else has given her in her entire life. Remember, women don't remember gifts. They don't remember big promises. Even words fade, but one thing never fades: feeling. If you gave her those moments where her heart stopped beating, where her eyes welled with tears, where her laughter burst from her lips, then you've burned your mark into her subconscious. Now listen to the real secret. A woman won't remember you because you gave her everything. She'll remember you because you left her something incomplete. Incompleteness is the greatest poison and the greatest addiction. Think about how many stories you've heard where the hero and heroine don't meet. The story remains incomplete. But can you forget those stories? No. That incompleteness, that pain, that longing, compels a person to remember. This is the true dark art of Machiavelli. People forget goodness. People forget words. But people never forget pain and desire. And if you leave that in a woman's heart, even if she tries to forget you 1,000 times, she will remember you again, in the darkness of the night, in every silence. This is Amara. This is the immortal mark that makes you immortal in a woman's life. So, brother, now you have 3 keys: be an enigma, be distant, and be a storm of emotions. Everything else will gradually fade away. Remember, it's not your goodness that is remembered, but your impact. And impact is always born of either pain or deep desire. If these words sink deep into your heart, then understand that you have discovered a secret that only a few people in the world understand. Now the choice is yours. Disappear in the crowd or become immortal in someone's memory. I've told you the truth. Now this dark art is in your hands.